Welcome back to day 16 of the 100 films in 31 days. Got in 3 films today. I have them all on Blu-ray, but I was just too damn lazy to go grab them out of the off the shelves. But the first film I watched was Microwave Massacre from 1979. This stars Jackie Vernon as this construction worker who hates his wife's cooking, and ultimately he decides just to kill her off. And then he becomes like a cannibal and starts cooking the meat and serving it to his construction friends. Obviously it's a comedy. And Jackie Vernon is one of these. If you don't know, he's one of these curmudgeon type guys. Like Don Rickles would be an example. I mean, it had some entertaining moments, but it's done purely for laughs, and the laughs are all low key. Uh, it's fun. Arrow's got a really nice Blu-ray release of it. It's been out for years. That I'd recommend because it's got a really good commentary with the director. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I just happen to like Jackie Vernon. Wayne Barwick directed this thing, and the only other thing he did was The Naked Monster, which I've not seen. This also has a lot of TNA in it, so but it was fun. But the gore effects are kind of like H.G. Lewis type stuff, you know. So that's what you're getting into. But it's all done for laughs, and it was an entertaining and quick 80-minute watch. 6 out of 10 on that one. Next up, I watched I don't know why Flesh for Frankenstein. Uh, and I've seen this now going on 10 times. Of course, I've got the Blu-ray special edition that came out from Vinegar Syndrome, and yeah, I've seen it in 3D. I've seen it multiple times. But the one thing that struck me about this one, of course, Paul Morrissey directed it, even though it's Andy Warhol quote film. Paul Morrissey directed it, and he's pretty bitter. If you've seen interviews about the credit that Andy Warhol gets on these films, the film is beautifully shot, great music. Joe D'Alessandro is good as the friend of the guy that they Udo Kier track basically is trying to find the perfect male specimen with the perfect nasum, and so he beheads this Joe D'Alessandro's friend and tries to mate this monster with his perfect female specimen. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous stuff. Udo Kier, I guess now having watched it so many times, Udo Kier is this movie. If you didn't have Udo Kier and his performance, you wouldn't have much of anything, I don't think. Uh, it is a tour de force performance by Udo Kier, and when he goes into these rages, it's just fantastic. And his lines. He's got so many great lines in this. Um, to know death, you got to fuck life, that kind of thing. Or did I get that backwards? To know life, you got to fuck death. Yeah, I got it exactly backwards. But yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. It's one of those that I enjoy it. I mean, this year I've probably watched it 3 times because of that Blu-ray release. And this time I gave it my highest rating of all. I gave it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, great stuff. Ridiculous camp, over the top horror film, super gory, but an unbelievable performance from Udo. Just fantastic. And then finally, I wrapped it up with really the best watch of the day and probably of the challenge, and that is The Whip and the Body, Mario Bava's masterpiece. And this really is a masterpiece. 1963. Christopher Lee stars in this, and the beautiful Dahlia Lavi. Uh, and they've had an ongoing love affair. And Chris Lee returns back to his family's castle. He's been ostracized because he's kind of a sexual sadist. and he and Dahlia Lavi have instant chemistry, and they renew where they were, which amounts to a bunch of S&M, where Chris Lee likes to beat her with a whip and stuff, and she obviously likes it. It's just a gorgeous film. With the music is so perfect in this. This is one of the. This is just a gothic masterpiece. 10 out of 10. There is a Blu-ray of this that's out by Kino, but I think it's just other than the PQ. I mean, this has a commentary by Tim Lucas. I think this has all the special features of the Blu-ray. I'm probably just going to hang on to this release. What release is this? NTSC, Cinepost. Never heard of that. Never heard of them. But this old DVD looks great on it. I mean, it looks fine for my purposes, but I'm just not a PQ session filled PQ person. I think that some of these movies, particularly the older Gothics, really kind of need to be a little grain. I mean, I think the graininess helps the overall atmosphere of the movie. Love this movie. 10 out of 10. It's probably not going to be everybody's cup of tea because it's essentially a love story. Uh, but it does have some murders in it, and it's just beautiful, beautiful film. 10 out of 10. If you've seen any of these films or have any thoughts you want to leave in the comments, please feel free to do so, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.